Hi everyone, it's Helen Hortai here, founder of Form Help, and today we are going to look at how to apply for New Zealand citizenship by descent. Now we're going to go through to the New Zealand government website, which is found at www.govt.nz, and then go to the citizenship link, and I will post a link in the description box below. Now unfortunately at present they do not offer an online service for the application for citizenship by descent, so we will go through the PDF version together, and I'll share with you some other information on the website before we proceed. So let's get started. Oh, and one more thing, there are timestamps below in the description box, so if you need to skip ahead then do so. Okay, let's get started. Now if you are a New Zealand citizen and your kids were born overseas and you want to know how you can go about getting New Zealand citizenship for them, let's see what options are available to you. There are three main types of New Zealand citizenship. So they are by birth, by descent and by grant. We will have a look at what each of those mean. So we'll look at citizenship by birth. So if you were born in New Zealand before the 1st of Jan 2006, you are a New Zealand citizen by birth. If you were born in New Zealand on or after 1st of Jan 2006, you are only a citizen if, when you were born, at least one of your parents was a New Zealand citizen or had a visa that allowed them to reside in New Zealand indefinitely. Have a little option here to check if you are a citizen, and just noting this below, so your children's citizenship, if you are a citizen by birth, your children who are born in New Zealand are automatically New Zealand citizens. Your children's citizenship is registered at the same time you register your baby's birth, and your children who are born outside of New Zealand can register as citizens by descent. So in my case, my kids were born outside of New Zealand. My husband and I are both New Zealand citizens, so this would be the option that we would go for. Okay, but we will go into seeing what citizenship by descent entails. Let's have a read. So you might be eligible for citizenship by descent if you were born overseas and have at least one parent who was a New Zealand citizen by birth or grant when you were born. So you need to register your citizenship. So if you are a citizen by descent, you need to register your citizenship to make it official and get a passport. So that's what I will need to do, is register my kids citizens by descent. But we will also go into what citizenship by grant entails. So you might be eligible for citizenship by grant if you were born outside New Zealand or in New Zealand on or after the 1st of Jan 2006 to parents who were not New Zealand citizens or permanent residents. So again, you can check if you are a citizen and then check that you meet the requirements for New Zealand citizenship. And for somebody who is applying for citizenship by grant, your children's citizenship, if you are a citizen by grant, your children who are born in NZ are automatically New Zealand citizens. Your children's citizenship is registered at the same time you register your child's birth, and your children born outside New Zealand can register as citizens by descent. And please note dual citizenship. So New Zealand allows dual citizenship or multiple citizenship, but some other countries do not. As seen here, it says register as a citizen by descent and get a passport. Now I don't require a passport, but I do need to register as a citizen by descent. So let's have a look further down. Okay, so it says here, use one of the application forms below to register your citizenship by descent, even if you do not want a passport. Okay, so you are not officially a citizen until you have registered. Let's look at the fees. So for adults aged 16 or over, it costs $204.40 to register your citizenship. $395.40 to register your citizenship and get a passport, which I am not after. Okay, so for children for children aged 15 and under, it costs $204.40 $2.40 to register your citizenship. So I'm looking at $204.40 and also $204.40 for my 16 and over and my 15 and unders. Now, if you do live outside NZ, in addition to the registration and passport application fees, you must pay the international courier fees when you post your form to the citizenship office. So it doesn't look like they have an online option. So it says here, apply to register your citizenship by descent. Again, so adults aged 16 or over completes this form if you were born outside NZ and one of your parents was a NZ citizen by birth or grant when you were born. So this is the application here for 16 and over, and then you have the application here for children 15 and under. Now if we have a look further down, it says who has to sign the form and why. So if your claim to NZ citizenship is through your mother must sign the form. So if your claim to NZ citizenship is through your father, then both your mother and your father must sign the form. What it means when your parent signs the form. So when your parent signs the form, it means they are giving consent for their information to be collected and used to verify they are your parent and check if you are eligible for citizenship. So if your parent has died, if your parents cannot sign the form because they have died, you need to provide a death certificate. What does this say? Upgrade to citizenship by grant. So citizens by descent may also meet the requirements for citizenship by grant. This will allow you to pass down citizenship to children born outside New Zealand. Now this service is not yet available online. You need to download a form and apply in person or by post. Who can apply? Read all the instructions carefully. Need a passport too? Nope. How long will it take? So it takes up to 20 working days to process a correct and complete application for citizenship. If you are applying for both citizenship and passport, it will take up to 30 working days or 10 working days for an urgent application. Now applications can involve external agencies and in most cases will take months to complete. Now let's go ahead and start filling out this form. Okay, so it says here, where should I start? Okay, so do you want to apply for NZ citizenship and one of your parents is a NZ citizen? Yes. Were you born outside NZ? Yes. Are you adopted? No. Oh, so you are ready to start. Turn the page to find out who needs to fill out this form and what documents you are going to need. Okay, so take note if you need help. In Australia, that is the number you call, 1300 559 535. If you're in NZ, 0800 22 5151. Yes, okay, let's move on. So who fills in this form? You, the applicant, the person applying for citizenship by descent. You will also need a NZ parent and a witness to help you complete this application form. If you have two parents who are both NZ citizens, other than by descent, you can choose either parent to be the NZ parent when completing this form. So what documents do I need to provide? So for you as the applicant, your birth certificate, 2 photos, passport or state issued photo ID, a change of name document if you have changed your name, adoption documents if you have been adopted, and for the parent, their most recent NZ passport number and their change of name documents if they have changed their name. And as you can see, there's a little bit more information there for you to read through for each of those requirements. Okay, we'll go to 3. So everyone who is applying for citizenship by descent must supply 2 identical coloured photos. So your witness will need to write your full name on the back of one of the photos and sign and date it. So don't attach your photos to the application form. We can only accept undamaged photos. Okay, so your passport photos need to be Recent colour photos less than 6 months old. B, a full front close-up view of the head and shoulders with the head covering 70 to 80% of the photograph. Be taken with a neutral expression, so no smiling or frowning, and with your mouth closed. Show you looking straight at the camera and your head not tilted. Show your eyes open and clearly visible and no hair in your eyes. Without sunglasses, tinted prescription glasses may be worn as long as eyes are still visible. So a true image and not altered in any way. Clear, sharp and in focus with minimum reflective light on the face and no red eye. With a plain light coloured black background, not white. Be of good quality colour and on high quality photo paper with no ink marks on the image, so no inkjet printers. Passport size, which is 45mm by 35mm. Glasses frames must not obscure the eyes and do not trim the photos. So normally when you go and take your passport photos, the wherever you're taking it, they will know these requirements anyway. Hopefully, well, most of them should. Okay, so questions 4 to 15 are about you, the applicant. So let's go ahead and see what those questions are. So what is your full name? So in here, put in your surname and your family name, or all your family names. Put it in there. Add your first and middle names in this section here. Where were you born? So copy the town, the city or village and country of the birth of your birth from your birth certificate. So place that information in these boxes here. Country where you were born. Place your date of birth in this section. Male, female, other, answer that. Put in your height in centimeters, your eye color. Okay, question 10, what is your passport number? So write your passport number in this section here, and if you don't have one, just mark I don't have a current passport. Are you adopted? Answer those questions. Put in the date of adoption, the country of adoption. Has your name been legally changed for any reason? Refer to section 2 for the documents you need to provide. This could be because you got married, adopted, or you changed your name by deed, poll, etc. So answer those questions there. Okay. So if you answered no to question 12, go directly to question 13. So put in your home address here, suburb, the name of your city, town or village, your state and territory, your postcode, country, contact number, email address. Question 14, postal address. This is where we will send documents and certificate. So please note that in most cases, courier services cannot deliver to post office boxes. So place in here whether it's the same as your residential address or you want your documents sent to another address. So go and put in the name, the unit or house number, street number, suburb, name of the city, town or village, your state or territory, postcode and country. Okay, question 15, emergency contact. So write the name and contact details of a person who can be contacted in case of an emergency. So put the emergency contact's name here, their first name and their surname. Put in their contact number and their email address. Okay, we'll move on to question 16. So questions 16 to 24 are for the New Zealand parent. So to be the NZ parent on this application, you need to have either been born in NZ or received a grant of NZ citizenship before your child was born. Now, if the applicant's parents received their NZ citizenship by descent, they cannot be the NZ parent on this application. Now for question 17, parents claim to NZ citizenship. This is where the applicant's parent provides evidence of their NZ citizenship. So they need to tick one of these boxes. Please tick one of the following. I was born in NZ, given a grant of NZ citizenship, or born in Niue, Tokelau or Cook Islands. Okay, and the original birth certificate must be provided for this question here, it looks like. Okay, what is your relationship? Question 18, what is your relationship to the person who is claiming NZ citizenship by descent? So tick one of these options that applies to you: birth parent, adoptive parent, or other, and then please state what that other is. Question 19, what is your full name? So copy the names from your birth or citizenship certificate. If your name has been legally changed by marriage, civil union, adoption, etc., then use the new name details from that document. So Mr., Mrs., Ms., Miss, or other. Place your surname and then your first and middle names. Question 20, has your name been legally changed for any reason? This could be because you were adopted, got married, changed your name by deed poll, etc. So tick an option, yes, one of these. Write your name, write the name you had before it was legally changed in the space below. If this doesn't apply, then go straight to question 21. Where were you born? So copy the town, city or village and country of birth from your birth certificate. So go in there, put your city, town, village that you were born in, and the country you were born in. Question 22, what is your date of birth? Place your date of birth in there. Question 23, are you male, female, other? Select an option. Question 24, what is your NZ passport number? So place your the number of your most recent NZ passport in these boxes below. And this is the end of the NZ parents section. Now it says, please go to question 30 and read and sign the Privacy Act section. So that would be for the parents. We'll quickly go there now so that you can have a look. So the Privacy Act information, who should read this? So you, your NZ parent and other parent need to read the information in this section. Each person needs to write their name and sign at the bottom of the page to say that they have read and understood the information. So go through and read all this information, and if you understand it and you're happy to go ahead, so you, the applicant, must sign. So it says here, I have read and understood the information above relating to the collection and use of information for this application, and I authorize the use and disclosure of my information as outlined above. So put in your full name, your signature and your date, and then your parent must also sign as well. So they read that, it says, I have read and understood the information above relating to the collection and use of information for this application, and I authorize the use and disclosure of my information as outlined above. So it looks like section 31, 32, 33, it's all the same, like the little shaded box authorizing that you have read the information and that you are fine with disclosing all the information above. So you're all pretty much reading the same thing and then just placing your names in there and signing and dating. Okay, we will go back up to, which question were we up to? I think we're up to the green section. Okay. So questions 25 to 29 are for the applicant's other parent. Oh, okay, the other parent. So to complete this application form, we need both parents' details. One parent's details must be in the NZ parent section and the other parent's details must be in this section. So again, question 26, what is your full name? So copy the names from your birth or citizenship certificates. If your name has been legally changed by marriage, civil union or adoption, then use the new name details from the document, from that document. Okay, so other parent, place Mr., Mrs., Miss, Ms. or Miss or other, and then put in your surname or family names and your first and middle names. Question 27, has your name been legally changed for any reason? Tick what option applies to you. 28, what is your birth date? And 29, what is your relationship to the person who is claiming NZ citizenship by descent? So choose one of those, parent, adoptive parent or other. Now this is the end of the other parent section, and then that parent needs to go to question 30, read and sign the Privacy Act information as we just went through. Okay, so that is these sections here. Okay, section 34. So this section is for your witness. So get the person who wants to be your witness to complete all the questions coloured pink. Make sure you give your witness your 2 identical photos so that they can complete the details on the back of one photo. See, so there it says see question 42. Question 35. The section number 35 to 42 is for the witness, and I like how they've color coded, so you know that the witness section is all the pink section and the parent section was whatever color that was. So it's very easy to follow. So it says, before you fill in this section for question 35, please read the statements carefully to make sure you can be a witness. So there is requirements or a criteria before you can be a witness. So the witness must not be a relative or part of the family group of the applicant, not live at the same address as the applicant, be aged 16 years or over, have known the applicant for more than 12 months. If yes, you might be able to be a witness. Go to question 36. Now, question 36, do you hold a NZ passport? Yes. No. If yes, put in your passport number there. Then go to question 39. If no, then go to question 37. You only need to answer this question if you do not have a New Zealand passport. You must still meet all the requirements in section 35. Which of the following groups describes your current job? So tick whatever option applies to you. And if it is none of the above, then you cannot be a witness for this application. Okay, question 38. If you do not hold a NZ passport, complete the following fields for your work, for your place of work or organisation you are involved with. So if you are one of these in question 37, then that means you get to move on to question 38. So put in your name, your registered name and the organisation, your contact number and the organisation website or social media link. So if you are unable to supply a website or social media organisation page with a staff list, please supply a letter from your employer or leadership team on letterhead confirming your employment and how long you have worked there. Okay, question 39. What is your full name and date of birth? So go ahead, put in your details, Mr., Mrs., Ms. or Miss, your surname, your first name and your date of birth. Question 40. Where do you live? So write the details of your residential address and contact details. So your street name, the suburb, the number, so the street name and number, the suburb, the place, city, town, village, state or territory, postcode, country, contact number, email address. And question 41, do you have the applicant's 2 photos? The witness needs to write 3 things on the back of one of the photos. So the full name of the applicant, sign the back of the photo and today's date. So please check carefully, have you written the 3 things on the back of one of the photos correctly? And then you have the do nots. So do not staple, glue or paperclip photos to the application as this may cause damage. Ensure your photo has been correctly witnessed to avoid delays in processing, and you do not want delays in your application. So the witness is to, okay, so it gives you an example right here. I mean, I know I've just read it, but this is like a format for you to follow. On the back of the photo. So again, write the full name of the applicant, sign the back of the photo and write today's date. Okay, so we have a declaration here. It says, I declare that I am 16 years of age or over. I have known the applicant for more than 1 year. The information I have given is complete and correct to the best of my knowledge. The person in this photo is the person named in section 5. I have written the full name of the applicant, signed my name, and written the date on the back of one photograph. I understand that if I have provided false information, this passport can be cancelled and I can by law be fined or imprisoned. Not that in my example I am not applying for a passport, but we still need to fill out these this part of the form, I believe. Okay, so don't worry about this section here, it's for office use only. So section 42, Witness Declaration and Privacy Act information. So have a read through that. If you are happy to go ahead, then put in the applicant's full name. So I have known, and then put in the applicant's full name, and then state how many years and months you have known them for, and then witness to sign your signature there. Put in the date. And then section 43, this is where you apply for your passport. If you do not want a passport, please leave this section blank, and you need to tick the box below to apply for a passport. So if you are applying for a passport, tick that section there. As I do not require a passport for the application I'm making, I will disregard question 43. Okay, 44, citizenship and passport application fees. What do you need to pay? So fees vary on which country you are sending your application to. Choose the country you're sending to and tick which services you need in the boxes below. So if you reside outside of NZ and are sending your application to New Zealand for processing, we will exclude the GST amount from the above NZ application fees. So if I am lodging from New Zealand, which I will be, and I only require a citizenship application, then I'm going to tick here, and the fee will be $204.40. And if these ones apply to you, then you select which option applies to you. Now, if you're lodging in Australia, then have a look at those options there, make your choice. And if you are lodging from the UK, then again, have a look and see which one applies to you. Now, for question 45, you have the international courier fees. So have a look and see which one applies to you, if any. Question 47, payment details for citizenship and passport application fees. What do you need to pay? So fees vary on which country you're sending your application to. Make sure you have ticked the services you require in question. Okay, so my method of payment, I will probably go credit or debit card. So you guys, you go ahead and see which one applies to you, and then fill in these details here. So your name as it appears on your card number, expiry date, security code, that's only for the UK, and then the card holder's signature. So lodging your application and documents by post. So if you want to post your application, we advise you to use a track and trace courier bag from New Zealand Post within New Zealand, or registered mail from overseas to keep track of your original documents. And we will send your documents back to you by courier. So New Zealand, so if you courier or post to, you've got the address here. And for Australia, you courier or post to the Department of Internal Affairs. For the UK, you courier or post to the Department of Internal Affairs. And for New Zealand, you courier post to the Citizenship, Descent Office, Service Delivery and Operations Department of Internal Affairs. Okay, so it says hand deliver, or you can hand deliver to one of our offices. So for office locations, visit the website here or call on this number 0800 225151, or if outside of New Zealand, call this number here +644 462 0651. And that is your application completed. Good work. Now, if you are successful in your application, you will receive your certificate and you will officially be a citizen. Now, that's it from me. It's Helen Hortai, founder of Form Help, signing out. If you found this helpful, please give me a like and subscribe, and have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Bye.